Hello, Aquarius, Sun, North Node, and Rising. This is the Healing Grasshopper here to deliver your 2024 yearly forecast. Um, so for this coming year, I think it's important to focus on the astrology because there's quite a lot happening and some rare occurrences. So let's talk about those. And I've pulled some cards as well, and we'll clarify what we need to here and there. So, this year is about expressing yourself and being able to stretch out and explore your ideas and interests without restriction and strong intolerance for anyone or anything that may try to control, correct, or restrict you. So, turning away from naysayers and toward more like-minded people. So you're going to be entering a new paradigm and working towards a new way of life. Um, this is very much true for a lot of other signs like Capricorn. So since Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, Aquarius has felt weighed down by obligation, after restriction, after suppression of your opinion and expressions. But of that is about to change when Pluto, the planet of destruction and abrupt change, will move out of Capricorn, the sign of stability, hard work, and responsibility, and into your sign of Aquarius, of open mindedness, creativity, eccentricity, and humanitarianism. This is your time, Aquarius, to shine like diamonds. So it's not going to be the greatest year of your life, or it might be, but it most certainly is going to be the best year that you've had in a long time. That's what we'll call it. Um, by the way, I forgot to give you the caveat that I am not an astrologer. I am merely a tarot reader. Um, but like I said, I did feel that it was important to focus on the astrology. So there are some astrologers that I follow. Patrick Arundell is one. Um, Gregory Scott and Terence Gardino. Um, there are a number of others, but I got most of my information from those three. If you're interested, you can have a look at their uh, channels. I'll leave a link to all three. So, especially for what I'm about to hint at, I'm not going to um, talk about the collective because there's going to be a whole lot happening with the collective. I'll let them tell you about it. Um, so here we go. Let, let's talk about it. The three outer planets of Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus are aligning and changing signs from 2024 to 2025. This is a rare occurrence and has the potential to create great upheavals in the outer world. So that's all that I'm going to talk about the collective. I'll let them tell you about the upheavals, um, because I really don't want to talk about the projection of that ugliness. Um, I like to deal more in the microcosm than the macrocosm. Um, so it may create upheavals in the outer world, but seems to promise some very auspicious changes for many individuals on a personal level. You, my lovely Aquarians, will be reaping many benefits in the coming years, while the world seems to be falling apart. For the coming years, you will be in your element with a sense of purpose and a sense of responsibility, but not the heavy, suffocating sense of obligation you felt in the past, but a responsibility towards humanity that feels natural and makes you feel whole. It's what you were put on this planet for. So there's somewhat of there'll be a contrast of your life going well and um, building towards something better, while it seems like the outer world is falling apart. But um, I'm sure that you know that Aquarians are, you guys are all about working with humanity and making your community better. It's what really um, makes you feel whole and makes you feel happy. And that gift is going to be very important in the coming years. How specifically, I'm not sure yet, but I'm sure we'll all start to see it as the months pass and the years pass. Excuse me. Um, so let's start with January. We'll start with we'll go back and forth from the astrology and the cards. So let's start with January's astrology. Pluto has been in Capricorn since 2008, but it's going to be moving. So Capricorn brings an energy of kind of restriction and that heavy obligation that I was talking about, that you know all about. You've been feeling it for the past 15 years. So this year it's going to be transiting, it's going to be kind of flickering back and forth between Pluto and Aquarius for a while until it transitions for good to Aquarius for the next 20 years. 20 years. It's going to be you're going to be in your element for the next 20 years. So it's very significant for Aquarians as Pluto moves into your sign. Inspiration and ideas will be supported. A sense of restriction will dissipate. That's Capricorn. And you'll have more freedom to exercise your ideas and do what you do best without restriction, which is what that Capricorn energy has been doing. So, but that is going to happen towards the end of January. That's on the 20th. But you're going to feel a lightening of the energy from the 1st of January because Mercury is going to go direct on that day. And it allows for more efficient communication and just feeling like things are clicking and going your way. But you guys do need to note that there are only 3 Mercury retrogrades this year, which, yay, we should all celebrate that because Mercury retrograde can sometimes be taxing, to say the least. So there are only 3 of them, which usually, though, there are 4 of them in the year. So we have less of the, stop and start type energy that Mercury can make in our lives. So on the 27th of January, um, your new ideas that you've been thinking about will be able to be implemented, which is what Uranus will bring to you. So you're going to start out of the gate in January, really feeling like your ideas are plausible and doable, um, which is going to be a contrast from before. So I do believe that it's going to be important for you to keep a journal because you're going to be having a lot of, you're going to have a tsunami of ideas and plans and that kind of thing. Um, and there's going to be, well, we'll talk about it in my notes. I talk about it quite a bit, but the, there's going to be a feeling of um, excitement and then, oh my gosh, how is this going to work? Excitement, oh, I don't know how to do this. This is not going to work. And then it's going to go back into excitement. It's back and forth. Um, so, not to worry and n- try not to beat yourself up because it's all going to work out in the end. So your January card is the Lovers. So this is, hold on. Right. So this is talking much less about romance, although for some of you it can be talking about your romantic relationships, like if you're married and that kind of thing. But this is talking more in the broader sense of all of your relationships, your friendships, your co-workers, everything. And how communication um, will be more harmonious and less feeling less conflict um, that you might have felt during the Capricorn in the Capricorn energy. Um, so that's good. Let's do a clarifier for the Lovers. Sweet. Okay. Um, right. So this is a choosing of ideas and examining of ideas, a lot of ideas that you're going to be somewhat overwhelmed by, but excited by too. So, um, it's not going to be anything that you can't handle. It's going to be exciting. One more theory. Let's clarify what this. Well, maybe not. We'll see. Or yep, the Queen of Wands. Supposed to be reversed. Yes. Okay. This is reversed too. Okay. So we've got Queen of Wands, which is she's the entrepreneur. She's the one who um is competent and resourceful. Excuse me, and has all of the resources to put her ideas um together. But you're going to have the ideas, but you're not going to quite feel like you're not going to have all the resources together yet. Um, but they will be coming. So this is going to feel like a temporary restriction. Um, so the Six of Cups reversed just means, excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me just grab a, um, the Six of Cups is usually the nostalgia card, but this talks more about um, camaraderie and your relationships with people, um, which spirit is putting an emphasis on these new connections, some of them brand new, some of them established relationship with a renewed sense of reconciling and harmony, but also separating the wheat from the chaff. You may need to really examine some of the relationships and make sure that they're not toxic. Um, you may be viewing some relationships with rose colored glasses. So, but there'll be plenty of astrological influences here that's going to help you uh, sort through that. Um, so there are no astrological uh, things, well, anything really of interest that's going to happen in February. So all we have is a card. So we have the moon. Okay. So this is an implementing of your intuition and your subconscious. So there's going to be an inflow of, like I said, ideas to implement in the future. And this, in the beginning of the year, is going to be more of a sorting of what will work, what doesn't work. Um, so using your intuition and probably meditation will serve you well. So in March, Neptune in Pisces moves to Aries into your third house of learning and communication and ideas, which will bring inspiration and a zest for learning. You, Aquarius, being ruled by Neptune, which is a very spontaneous planet, will make it hard for you to plan, but you can at least keep record of your ideas and roll with the punches. Where you come across a roadblock, it's just time to pause and take stock of things and think things through in preparation for the time where your ideas might be more feasible. So, yes, there is going to be an ebb and flow of, wow, I can do this, I can implement this, to, wait a minute, this is not going to work. What am I doing? So, you're going to need to take it in stride because it'll all work eventually. You just have to kind of ride the tide. So, Gregory Scott said something interesting. He said, use your intuition to predict the potential ideas, not only your own ideas, but the ideas of others. So, what he's kind of saying is that, yeah, like I said, you're going to have the tsunami of ideas, um, but there might be times in March where you may, I don't know, be in a coffee shop and overhear a conversation that inspires you to, I don't know, start a business or invent something or something like that. So, um, and here's the inspiration. Spirit's going to be very close to you. You're going to be getting a lot of downloads. All right, so Saturn is in Pisces in March. Um, it's been in March since March of 2023 until February of 2026. Um, but in It's in your house of cash flow and personal income. You'll feel stimulated to make more money with support from the universe. Money should start to appear in 2024 and 2025 after the previous year's efforts. Okay, so, right, so the heavy energy from Pluto in Capricorn, even though Saturn has been in Pisces with this auspicious energy, Capricorn has really been stifling that. So right about now, you're going to start to feel um, that cash flow and that those ideas that you can put into to action to make you more money. There's also going to be a lunar eclipse in Libra in your ninth house of travel, education, and wisdom that will make traveling and learning new things that are interesting to you and fun without limitations. So, pretty fun month. We'll see what the cards say. High Priestess. So, here's more intuition. This is Spirit absolutely telling you that it'll serve you well to take the time to quiet your mind because you will be getting downloads. And for those of you who aren't really used to the concept of downloads and clairaudience, um, everyone is capable of clairaudience. You just need to quiet your monkey mind, which is easier said than done. I fight my monkey mind all the time. Um, but it's going to be easier for you because you're going to be in the zone and there's going to be a lot of um, shutting out outside influences this year. So, right. So, April, solar eclipse in Aries in your fourth house of home and family might inspire you to make more changes in your home, work, and relationships if there are problems. Also, breaking free from anything that might feel restricting. So, yeah, you're shedding all that heavy Saturnian Capricorn energy. So, yeah, that's all that's really happening in April. So, your card is the Ace of Pentacles. So, there's the money that we were talking about happening in March. It's just, but it's also, um, this also talks about uh, resources. Yeah, I'm hearing like friends that these ideas that you're having, you're really going to start trying to implement. And some of the things may require skills that you don't have. Like, I don't know if you need a coder or something like that. And you may come across someone who is an expert coder and is willing to help you, that kind of thing. So it's kind of more than money, more of, resources. So, May. Pluto retrogrades into Capricorn. So don't get too upset about it. Yes, it's going to, that energy from 15 years prior of Capricorn that we don't like is kind of going to creep back, but not with the same force. Um, it's going to stay in your first house of self, transforming the way you see things, and examining the past and the way things are appearing now, which may be more practical and doable. So there's going to be some kind of atmosphere of just looking back and examining the contrast of how things were and the way they're starting to unfold. nothing too heavy. And Jupiter and Taurus will enter Gemini. Um, this happens once every 12 years in your 12th house of home and family. It'll bring good luck and growth into home or upgrading into a bigger home. Real estate support from family, generous support from family. So this may be money like a down payment for a home, maybe. I don't know. Um, family vacations, investing in land is favorable, but also expression of ideas and getting one's point across without the need for censure, which I'm sure will be a relief to Aquarians. Music to your ears. Jupiter moves into Aquarius in your fifth house of finance, investing and income. This happens every 13 years in Jupiter, catches up to and aligns with transiting Uranus. And we won't get too technical. Um, bringing unexpected windfalls of luck and money happening in your fourth house um, of family, home, and real estate. Family may help with buying a house. See, there's the same energy of buying a house um, or high profit in selling property. I'm sorry, let me just get a sip of water. Help with buying a house or a profit in selling a house. Unexpected generosity from family is the same thing. And nesting for a baby too. So for those of you who are trying, that may be happening for you around then. So let's see what your card is, which is the world. The world talks about um, coming into a new paradigm, a portal, um, which is what we talked about right when January hits. The whole year is going to be stepping through a portal. So what else do we have for me, Spirit? This one, ooh, the Knight of Wands. So, right. So it's this the spirit reminding you that you are going to have those times where it's things are going to feel difficult, but taken in stride. And you know what? I just heard what a pleasure. So years ago, my friend dragged me into her beginner's Kabbalah class, which I always wanted to go back, but I understand that Kabbalah is a lot of work. So, and I had a very demanding job at the time, and I just knew I couldn't devote time to it. So I didn't pursue it, but those couple of classes were interesting, and the rabbi was talking about, um, geez, I hope I'm telling it right, but I at least remember the sentiment. He was talking about how you need to look at everything, even the difficult things, as something, a gift from God. So when you come across an adverse situation, one should always say, what a pleasure, which does a couple of things that I always um, find helpful. That it yanks you out of that negative thinking because what a pleasure is contrary to what anyone would ever say in an adverse situation. But also, it reminds you that you're thanking the universe for the lesson, right? So when I saw this Knight of Wands reversed, I heard what a pleasure. So that's going to be very important for you this year. That you cannot take your setbacks too seriously this year because ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, because there's going to be a lot of building that you're going to need to do this happy building, by the way. This is not drudgery. This is building a fabulous new life for yourself. So, you know, you're going to need to take the ups with the downs with the ups. So, moving on. June. Saturn goes retrograde in your third house of communication. Um, certainty of approving ideas and planning to implement those ideas. Um, Neptune will be retrograding also in June in your third house of communication. So again, that's going to be, um, you know, spontaneous downloads of ideas and new dreams. Um, so you're going to be drawing from your ideas and sorting what works and what doesn't work in June. And there are other months too that you're going to be having those moments. Also, lectures are not tolerated. So there's also going to be an emphasis on the naysayers in your life and whatever people who aren't vibrating on your same level, that you're really going to be shutting them down. Um, so there you go. Oh, Aquarians. Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, this talks about being comfortable in your own skin and you're confident in your own ideas and just comfortable where you are, which is going to reflect in your relationships. You know, no one's going to be able to shake you off your foundation. Okay, are we taking this Queen of Pentacles? No. No, the deck is upright. Okay. So let's see what we have. Yeah. So you are going to have a sense of optimism. And you will have plenty of people who support you. It's not going to be all naysayers. So whatever naysayers that you have in your life are not going to be playing that big of a role. It's fine. Okay, wait a minute. Where are we? This is June, right? July. North Node transit to Aries. I already saw it, so the Fool. North Node transit to Aries. Um, happens every 18 and a half years. Anyway, it's this energy has been around since July and will stay until January of 2025 in your third house of learning, writing, communication, selling. Um, with Jupiter and Uranus in your fourth house can bring um, sudden money to buy real estate or big commission for realtors. So you realtors out there will be licking your chops at this. Um, Real estate and investing will be favorable around this time. So there's Uranus. So, by the way, you do not have to be a realtor to benefit from this. If you're thinking about buying a home or investing in real estate, go for it. Or at least, and the spirit is also saying this that now's a good time to take advantage of real estate. Um, Uranus transiting in Taurus in the fourth house of family and property since 2018 to July of 2025 can bring unexpected changes, then moves into Gemini in the fifth house of investing, creative projects, and an opportunity to bring ideas into the physical from the ether. So that's, yeah, that's all year that this is going to be happening, and it's going to be, that feeling is going to be growing stronger and stronger throughout the year into 2025. So let's see, in August, um, Saturn square Jupiter in the second house of income. Um, in August, will feel restricting to Jupiter in the fifth house of investments, which will bring a remaining worry and frustration about finances temporarily, just for a few weeks. How much it'll affect you directly is uncertain, but we may see a stock market retreat. So when we get closer to the month, we'll see what the cards say, and see what the energies are like. Yeah, see, so this definitely reflects the Four of Cups, reflects that feeling of just dissatisfaction in the moments. But this is a fleeting moment. Okay, jumper. Yeah, you you're gonna really have a temporary feeling of, oh my gosh, this is not working. Uh, but you're gonna need to remind yourself that it's temporary, and I'll be reminding you too. Um, September, Pluto moves into Capricorn. Yay! I'm being facetious. Um, but again, it's fine. It's still not the heavy energy from before. Um, in the 12th house of spirituality, receiving ideas from spirit that may seem daunting because of the projected restrictions and logistics, but there is an opportunity for ideas that are less lofty and more practical. But again, record all ideas because they might prove to be feasible later. So, again, don't be discouraged. If you start getting ideas that seem, out of reach, just record them because you might be surprised at what presents later to help you implement them. So, yeah, Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, so this is, yeah. So Five of Pentacles, is a feeling of not being in your element, of being left out in the cold, of being, um, out of resources. So, but this is an illusion. It's not real. You're only going to feel that way for a couple weeks, and then it's going to lift. Thank you. And so you see, so Ace of Wands talks about resources and an environment to be able to implement what you want to do. So again, this is just spirit confirming what I just said. This is temporary. It's going to be illusion that, oh, I can't do that, but yes, you can. That's pretty much what spirit is saying. So, October, there's a solar eclipse in Libra in the ninth house of your identity with an expanding point of view, meeting new people, sharing ideas, and visiting new places. Fabulous. So, and that's the only thing of interest happening in October. So we have the sun. Yeah, it's a nice light energy. So this is a nice light energy coming after this. Like, oh my gosh, it's like I said, the sun's gonna come out and it'll be fine. So then in November, Pluto moves back into Aquarius. Yay! That's yay for real. In the first house of attitude, identity, approach to life. Um, so look out for potentially lucrative investments that might otherwise that you might not see at I'm sorry. Look out for potentially lucrative investments that others might not see as you, Aquarius, are the visionary. So, yeah, we talked about that in earlier months too, where you're going to be able, you're going to be getting downloads, and you may prove to be inspiring to others, and also like the overhearing conversations in the coffee shop that we were talking about earlier, or just having ideas that hearing something on TV about an investment or whatever that other people may not think is so exciting, but you see as the new Bitcoin or the new Amazon investment type thing that's in its early stages. So look out for that. Um, so you have Six of Cups. Lovely. So Six of Cups in this situation, didn't we have Six of Cups before? Yes, we had reverse here. So Six of Cups talks about um harmonious relationships and feeling like you are in your element and you have a sense of comfort and happiness. So November, because Pluto moves back into Aquarius, right? You're really going to start feeling more like an Aquarian with, you know, less restrictions and more resources and more support from the universe is going to bring a levity, which these two go together pretty well. Um, so fabulous. December, Mars goes into retrograde, which is going to bring confidence, motivation, and a desire to learn new things again. May feel a bit stifled, a bit of contraction of the great expansion of ideas, but only briefly. So again, right? Here's the ebb and flow that I was talking about. Then it's going to go back into, oh my God, you're going to go back into that doubtful. feeling, but it's not going to last, guys. Don't worry about it. Strength. So, Spirit is saying that you're going to need to take things in stride. You're going to have to use your strength and not fall apart in these in these energies, because it's not true. You're just going to have to weather the storm because the sun's going to come out. Um, whoa. Yeah. See, you're going to be, there's a little bit of feeling of, oh, really? Exhaustion, but it's fine. Knight of Swords. So, but Knight of Swords is about confident communication and ease. Um, but it can also mean a quick tongue too. So, but it's upright. So, but there's still, it can be a caution here of, because you have these negative energies too. So when the Knight of Swords comes up in an atmosphere of kind of adversity, you have to be careful. So be careful not to let your mood show up on your tongue. Um, you know, don't let your mood affect others, pretty much. But again, when we get closer to the month, we'll talk about it again, see if that energy comes up again. Let's get one more. It's interesting the Nine of Swords came up. Um, Spirit, let's clarify Nine of Swords, please. High Priestess in reverse. Yeah. So this is kind of the same energy where High Priestess in reverse can happen when you're being distracted. Distracted by what? Your dissatisfaction and the adversity. So, and the High Priestess goes very well. See, these go well together, and these two go well together. So the high priestess in strength talks about inner strength that comes from your heart chakra, and a high priestess talks about the upper chakras as well, in drawing from your heart chakra, your crown chakra, and your third eye, where you're drawing from within and listening to your own inner voice and listening to spirit. Um, so this is a message for this whole year. You can carry this through the whole year, where there's going to be great moments, but then there's going to be definite times of adversity where it's going to be time to look within and look above to spirit, and don't let it derail you. Um, because there's so much to build and so much to gain, you know. Letting yourself fall apart over it is would be unfortunate. So, the year in review. Your key words for the year are autonomy, free unsuppressed expression, increased flow of ideas, listening to one's inner voice while shutting out the outside chatter. So Aquarians will keep busy this year, happily working to improve all corners of their life, including home, work, income, and relationships of all kinds. So this year is about finally having the freedom and building materials to build your fifth dimensional life from the ground up, but with plenty of help from the universe. Okay. So I hope that you are looking forward to this year because it's really going to be a breakthrough for you, Aquarius. Mm. So many blessings, love, and light. Speak to you soon.